These quads, man, they are done. Done. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. That's all I got to say to that. Good morning. Welcome back. Good to see you again. It's a bright and shiny day. Well, it's not bright at all. It's actually like 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke up a little early today. Just couldn't fall back asleep after the kid woke up for a random 5-minute cry, and then he went back to sleep, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. So decided just to get up. My mind was up. My mind was ready to go. Thinking about gym stuff, YouTube stuff, and decided just to come on downstairs and play some video games for about an hour before I came out here and worked out a little earlier than I usually do. No big deal. We took our pre-workout. We are all set and ready to go. We're feeling pretty good. A little tired though, admittedly. A little tired. Got, hour and a half, 2 hours less sleep. So not always fun. We'll see how we feel at the end of the day though. Ahead of us right now though, we've got a crazy looking leg day ahead of us, and I'm pretty pumped about it. Again, we're going to be doing our reverse lunges once again, and I'm going to throw that workout up here on the screen for you. Been doing that for the last couple of videos. I hope that's useful information for you. Let me know down in the comments if you like it or not, if you would change anything about the formatting, if it makes sense, the formatting, or if you have any questions about the workouts themselves. Happy to answer those as well. But again, this is what we're going to be doing today as far as our leg day goes, and we're going to be starting off like we always do with our leg curls over here. But once we finish that, we're going to be going over and doing our reverse lunges. I'm going to be upping the weight today, actually. Last week we did 55s on the dumbbells, and we were able to crush every single set, and even on our third set, we were able to go above and beyond what we were hoping for our rep range, 8 to 10. And then we ended up adding an additional set there. Now, I know we were just kind of riding on cloud 9 on that workout, and we were really moving and grooving during that workout, so that extra credit there, a little bonus, certainly wasn't necessary in that fourth set. But if we're feeling good again today, we're going to do that fourth set, and I would encourage you to do the same as well. Gauge yourself, see if you're feeling up for it, if your body's up for it. Throw in the fourth set. But because we were able to hit every single rep on all the sets, and on our third, and we had the fourth, we were able to do additional work on that third set, I'm going to up the weight. I'm thinking we're going to go about 65 pounds on these dumbbells each. So a pretty substantial jump there. That's going to be a total of 20 additional pounds. Not going to be light, but I think it's going to be very possible for us. The other thing I want to make sure that we're going to do too, and we'll talk more about this here in a little bit, is just being very cognizant of our form, where our knee is in relation to our ankle, all of that kind of stuff. So between now and when I actually do the exercise itself, I might change up what I'm going to do here. I may decide to basically do some Bulgarian split squats, which would just be where your leg is up on a surface of some kind. If you've got a leg roller, that's great. You could just use your bench, or you could even just use the barbell in the rack against some kind of pad to do the same thing. But just getting that that rear leg elevated and back off the ground can be a huge help, and it further reduces its ability to really be helping us get off the ground. I find that when that back leg is kind of sitting behind us and we're kind of up on our toes, we're able to use it a little bit more, not like substantially better, but a little bit more than when it's up, say, on a roller pad or a barbell or a bench or anything like that, where the seat itself is on your shin or the tops of your toes. You've got a little bit less pushing power there. Not a lot. You're still able to adequately push if you really needed to, but we'll see. Just thinking about changing it up today. Not entirely certain that we're going to do that. Not really set in our ways in any capacity there. Let's stop talking about it. Let's get after it, though. Again, if you've got questions about the workout, anything not making sense to you in that written description there, let me know down in the comments. Open to that feedback. Just wanted to provide you all a little bit more information that hopefully makes it a little bit easier to scroll through. There's time codes that I've embedded in the video for you. Again, the timestamps are down in the description, but the video itself also has all the exercises and the different sets so that you can follow along at home if that's what you're wanting to do. Okay, let's get after it. Let's get set up for some leg curls here. Get cranking, get warmed up, and get ready for today's workout. See you there. Okay, first set here. Yes. Set number 2. That first one was great. Good squeeze, good contraction. Oh, goodness. Whew, that one got tough. Third and final set here. That last one was pretty tough on the hamstrings overall. Really feeling a deep stretch in there. So aiming for 10. We're gonna have to do whatever it takes to finish these out. But I think we're gonna be able to hit it. Let's get after it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Some blood. Okay. All right. Not terrible. Not terrible. Threw in a couple long length partials in there at the end just to eke out a little bit more. Again, we don't want to go overboard early on in our hamstring curls like we've discussed before, but we want to be chasing that pump, and we are definitely feeling it already in our hamstrings here. So very good warm up here. We're going to get this all cleaned up, put away so we can come back to it later, do some leg extensions, and then we're going to move over here on the other side of the gym and do some reverse dumbbell lunges. Let's get after it. All right, time for some warm up. Let's do this. Good. Nice. Okay, we have got these dumbbells set up for 60 pounds. And you're right, I said we're going to do 65. Don't worry, we're going to be using our magnet plates again. These worked really well yesterday, so we're going to make use of them today just in case we need to do a quick swap down in weight. These are going to be super simple and easy to take on and off of these bad boys, especially for things like, dumbbell lunges. I mean, there's virtually zero risk here with using them on something that's, hardly going above hip level. So we'll throw the 2.5s on, get an additional 5 pounds. But I'm going to order those magnets soon for the 5s. We haven't done any of the 5s yet. And then the remaining ones that we need to stick onto the 10s as well. If you remember, I said I wanted to take an additional magnet onto those 10s and then make sure they have a good solid 3 magnets each so that they can adequately hold more than just a 10, 5, and 2.5, which I tested and was totally safe with just the 2 magnets. But with that third, we're going to get that additional reassurance, basically, that nothing's going anywhere. And then should we need to in the future, we'll easily be able to throw on another 10, which would give us 40 additional pounds. That's a lot. I don't think we're ever going to go that high with those, but we could. But more importantly, we could throw on an additional 5 if we really need to, which could be within the realm of reason at some point in the future to do an additional, it'd be 20, 35 pounds. So I guess about 45 total pounds. That's still a lot. Will we ever go that high? I don't think so. Are we going to need to load 45 on each dumbbell? Again, I highly doubt it, but it honestly could be very valuable for things like pyramids, which is really what I truly initially wanted those for. Quickly being able to change weight up or down is going to be a huge time saver for these dumbbells that I love so much. And my only complaint, again, as I've told you before, is that it just takes a minute to change on the weights. So we've got the magnet plates on here for a total of 5 pounds. I've also stacked the plates on here. Instead of using a 10-pound plate, I've got 2 5s, so that, again, should we need to lower the weight further, we can quickly unscrew this and then remove either a 2.5 or a 5 to remove a total of 5 or 10 pounds from the dumbbell, or even do that progressively as we move through these sets here, because this is going to be a brutal one, folks. This is going to be a brutal one. All right, we did a couple sets of warm up, so I think we're ready to go. I think, I say I think because our quads are, yeah, they are tired. I don't know if it's the cardio I did on the bike yesterday or what, but my goodness, our quads are, hooey. Yeah, they're not starting off fresh, that's for sure. So we're going to still attempt these. We're going to still start at 65, see if we make it through all 3 sets feeling real good, and if so, we'll end up like we did last week doing a 4th set. But I'm a little apprehensive, if I'm being totally honest. So going to stay positive, though. Going to get after this. We are certainly capable of doing these. It's just going to require a lot of determination and focus, and a little bit of grit, too. On top of that, it's getting pretty warm in here, so we're going to shed rather. We're not shredding this. I love this thing. This flannel, so we don't overheat, and we're going to get after it. Oh. That side. Whew. Whew. Okay. That was tough, man. Whew, that was tough. All right. That was pretty brutal. That was really tough. That was really tough. So we have taken off the 2.5s on each side of the dumbbell there. So we've removed 5 pounds from each, putting each dumbbell squarely at 60 pounds. And I've also thrown down my yoga mat just for some added stability. This is perfectly fine this week. If you remember last week, it was very slippery because I just washed it. But with how hard it was, I want to remove one additional thing to have to worry about. And I want to remove any doubt in the back of my mind at all, any apprehension that I could potentially slip. Put the yoga mat down so I don't have to worry about that at all. And we're going to do set number 2 here with 60-pound dumbbells instead of 65s. Took a slightly longer rest there. We're going for 1 to 2 minute rests. I went for 2.5. Normally, on that first set, I would be going towards the bottom half of that rest range, and only increasing it as we needed to, which generally is going to be as we move through those sets. But whew, after that first one, man, we're feeling it. So let's get after it, not wasting any more time here. 60-pound dumbbells, reverse lunges. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I just turned on the loudest, most aggressive song that I want right now. It's not that I know of, that I want right now. We got a final set. These are kicking my ass. I'm not gonna lie, kicking my ass. So we were definitely doing 3 sets today. These quads, man, they are done. Done. But we're not gonna give up. We're not giving in. We're gonna finish this right now. Big focus on not using that back leg. That's a big focus. I noticed I was doing that in the last set there. So let's get after it. Let's crush this set. Come on. Oh my God. Wow. 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 That's all I got to say to that. That was quite an intense leg exercise, man. Again, my quads are just on fire today. I don't know what it is. I have to believe it was the spinning we did yesterday for cardio, but man, I haven't felt that in a really long time, honestly. We've been, this cut's been really good. So in the back of my mind, I am wondering maybe the cut is really starting to affect me now with regards to essentially how much work capacity I actually have during these workouts. We've cut the calories down substantially. Well, I shouldn't say substantially. We've been cutting calories for almost 3 months now, and it's not going to have zero effect. We're squarely 2 months in now, so it doesn't seem like a long time. In many ways, it doesn't feel like a long time, but it's a long time to be cutting. 90 days is definitely going to be approaching my max, my limit, which is what we're going to be at almost exactly when we leave for this vacation here. So maybe that really is starting to affect some stuff. Maybe the quads are just the first place I'm feeling it, but man, these things are, especially with these leg extensions, they're going to be, Anyway, we've got leg extensions ahead of us. So we're going to be hitting high reps again like we did last week. And if you're doing these at home and you're following along, I want you to focus on hitting that rep range with whatever you need to do at the end of every set. I want you to have good form. I want you to have good ROM, good control on 75+% of these reps for every set, okay? So if your form looks like trash immediately, right out the gate, you need to lower the weight, brother. Lower it down. We need some good, controlled form here. You might not feel it in those first couple reps. You will be feeling it by the time you get to rep number 15, I promise you. I can promise you that. Now, I will also promise you this. You might not feel it in that first set. You might not. That's okay. That's okay. Trust me. Do the reps with good form, good control, good ROM. And you are going to, you're going to be singing hymns and praises for your quads to get them through these sets with whatever it is they got to summon to actually accomplish this stuff. So I've said it, I don't know how many times already. Good form, good control, good ROM. Hit all of those. Make sure you have good control, period, on these. We're going high reps. It's going to be really important, okay? Longer rest periods on these, going about 3 minutes. Take your rest. Don't rush it. We want to be hitting RPE 10 on these for probably more than one set. We're going to be really, really working our quads here, especially after those reverse lunges, and obviously you're watching me struggle after doing those. I'm going to be struggling probably on set 1 here. So let's get after it. Almost forgot to get strapped in. What would we have done without our seatbelt? I do love this simple little addition, man. It's such a good, cheap little thing. Little upgrades like this in the home gym make a huge world of a difference sometimes. Okay, let's get after it. Timer set for 3 minutes. First set here, 15 to 20 reps. Wow. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, the things we do. The things we do. I just wrote myself a little note in my notebook here for our reverse lunges that we just did. Urging myself to kind of keep an eye on that. And next week, kind of think about that too. You know, that soreness, that tiredness we had even before we started those, and really before we even finished a warm-up. That feeling that we had in our quads here. It was pretty intense. You know, as far as like soreness goes, pain, not the worst thing I've ever experienced, but definitely not comfortable. Not comfortable. So gonna keep an eye on it. I did spinning yesterday. It was some medium intensity steady state cardio yesterday, MISS. And you know, I generally aim for somewhere between low intensity steady state cardio and medium intensity steady state cardio. That's what we aim for when we're doing these daily cardio sessions. By and large, I try to keep it in the green most days so as to not affect recovery too much, but sometimes you just get in the zone, you know? And I play video games while I do that. That's how I like to pass my time when I'm doing cardio. And sometimes I kind of just zone out and my body is just a machine and goes. So, okay, set number 2 here. Set number 1 was great. We're gonna keep the weight the same. Last week, the reps definitely dropped off in the later sets, so we might have to do that here after this, but on this one, we're gonna keep it at 110 pounds, which is what we have it at currently, and aim to finish out all 20 of these reps as well with good form. Let's get after it. Oh, yeah. Come on. That's it. Whew, okay, we're taking it down. We're gonna go down to 100. That should be enough. Now you're probably saying to yourself, BJ, you did 17 reps though. Why not pursue one more set with that 110 pounds? You know, you should be able to still get 15, right? Possibly. But that would be about all I feel like we could aim to achieve on that. If that's all we're thinking we're gonna hit, just based on how I know my body operates, how it fatigues through these sets, I'd rather reduce the weight down a little bit here and still probably not hit all 20, honestly. You know, only going down 10 more pounds is not a huge weight jump. It's not gonna really be a saving grace by any stretch. We still may struggle to get even 17 on this next set, this third set here. So we'll see what happens. We may need to reduce it further. And if we need to do that, even on this third day, if we're struggling really hard, like approaching 15, we will probably take off one of these 25s, reduce the weight down a little bit further to eke out what we can. In fact, thinking ahead here, I'm gonna swap out that 25 for 2 10s and a 5 so that we don't have to drop a whole 25 pounds. We can just drop maybe another 10 pounds if we really need to do that. Give me a second and I will swap those on. So we've got that staggered now. Outside in, we've got 10, 5, 10. So if we need to reduce the weight, we can take off a 10. I don't think a 5 will be enough if we have to reduce it. So got that 10 on the outside there. We'll see what happens. Whew, okay. Third set. You know everything we talked about. Okay, third set here. 100 pounds on there. Let's see what we can do. Come on. Come on. Wow. Okay, here we go. Final set. We're going to aim for all 20 here. I think we got it. I think we do. Come on. Oh. Oh, that's good. Oh. Okay. I'm happy with that quad destruction, man. Woo. Okay. It's time for some abductor and adductor work over here. So let's get set up for those, because woof, those were really good to us last week. I really enjoyed that superset, and we're going to do the exact same one. I'll see you over here. Okay, that took a second to set up. I needed to switch out of my high tops as these ankle straps don't fit around them perfectly, and I have a different way I'm going to rig this up actually this week with the rubber band. I'm actually going to be clipping it to the ankle straps, and the ones that will fit over my high top, they don't have side buckles, so to speak. These ones, they have the strap that goes under your shoe just to keep it in place. But what I really like about them, and I'll get a close up here to show you the whole setup and actually itself in function. But there's actually buckles, or little loops rather, on the sides of this as well as the front. So I could use the outside for the hip adductions that we're about to do with the cable here. But then when I use the rubber band, I'm actually going to take it and clip it between my feet here so that I don't have to try to like wrap it around my knees or anything crazy like that. We'll see how it works. It might be slightly too long, but we're going to be just doing a really good job of keeping ourselves, you know, as wide as possible to keep that tension on there with this rubber band. So let's get after it. Nice. Nice. I'm thinking about upping that weight, man. Thinking about it. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Great. Oh. 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 All right, that took some fiddling, but once we got this in the right setup here, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's doing it for us. That is definitely doing it for us. Again, I'll show a close-up of the actual setup itself with the band. Had to go with a lighter weight band as we had to end up doubling it just to make it shorter. We are going to try one size up here on this next one. This orange one we just did is the lightest one. So going to try the slightly heavier one. I'm not, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. It might be way too much, but we'll give it a go. No rest though. Let's get right into it. That's good. I am going to up the weight here on this last set, though. Before I forget, let's just do it right now. Make it 35. Abductions. Oh. Too much. Too much. Backed out of the orange band. Definitely the orange band. Oh, okay. Wow. Gosh, I love this superset, man. This kicks our butt. And I mean, literally, it's kicking our butt, man. Our hips and our butt are on fire. All right, we got one more set, though. Increase the weight on these. Let's get after it. Ooh, still got calf raises to do. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's nice. Oh. Oh, wow. Alrighty. Okay. One final set here. This orange band is perfect. We do not need more weight than this. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's good. That is great. Okay, let's get these rubber bands put away. We got one more thing to do. That's calf raises. Can't skip out on calves. Let's get this put away, get that set up, and train these calves, baby. Okay, here we are. Final exercise of the day. It's always good to be here. End of that workout, man. We managed to work our butts off today, but we still got some calf raises to do, so let's knock those out. 15 to 20 reps here. Nice and controlled, nice and tall on our toes, and low down to our heels at the bottom here. One minute rest. Set two. Whew. Oh, nice. One more set still. Okay. We can do it. Last set here, people. Let's have a good day, huh? We all have our ups and downs. I've had ups and downs this week even, and it's not always easy to bounce back from those, but we can control only what we can control, and we can control how we react to things. It can be tough sometimes. It really can be, to be mindful of how we're feeling, what's making us feel a certain way, and what we're allowing to control ourselves. But if we can take what we've learned in the gym and apply it to things outside the gym, I think what we can learn in here is that whatever pain we're going through right now truly is only but a moment in our day. It doesn't last forever. It lasts as long as you're willing to put up with it, honestly. But in the gym, we push through that to get better, to be better, to achieve results. For me personally, to feel more mentally sane, present, healthy, all of those things. At the end of the day, I need this. This is my medicine. I was talking to my therapist even just yesterday, and she was reflecting on how, for me, the gym is not just this time to do something that I truly love. It's something that I need to do. And so she was wondering whether or not it was something that I, really loved more than just about anything else as far as an activity goes. And I said, it's an interesting observation, but there is nothing like a workout for me. Yes, I need to do this. If I don't do this exercise daily, I start to lose it, and I don't like that. I don't like how I feel and who I become when I don't exercise. It centers me. It brings me to a peace, right? A calmness, a state of true mindfulness, and it allows me to function probably like a normal person, because I do have some pretty severe ADHD, diagnosed ADHD, and I don't take medicine anymore. I didn't like who it made me, and so in place of that, I had to start exercising, and I didn't realize that for a while until I took myself off medication. But this is my medicine now. And so in a way, my therapist is not wrong. I do need this. I need this to be successful, to be happy, to be a good husband, a good friend, a good mentor, all of those things. But I also love to do this. I do. And I don't think enough people get to do something they love with as much passion as I do every single day. And I'm thankful for that. I am thankful for that. It means we have to be even more thankful of the good workouts we do have, like we had today. So get after it today. Chase it down. Crush your dreams. Be mindful. Be present. Be graceful. And give yourself some grace too. But let's keep trucking ahead. Let's try to control what we can control today. Focus on those things, and not let the items that we truly have no bearing over right now, no influence over right now, allow themselves to dictate how we're feeling, how we're reacting. Thanks again for being here. Don't give up. I believe in you, even when it's tough. It is tough sometimes. Don't give up. I believe in you. I do. I'll see you next time.